If I go into the dungeon, oh yeah, I'm going to kill the orcs, I'm going to kill the goblins, I'm going to kill the witches, I'm going to get all the treasure, I'm going to come out, I'm going to be the champ.
The shortest bow I can possibly get, because then I can move around in a dungeon, I can duck, I can hide. Like a very short recurve bow, like a Korean bow or a Turkish bow or something like this. Yeah.
The key would be a really good set of chainmail.
An ogre, a goblin or something like that, I don't think it would stand much chance against an archer with a war bow and our arrows. But maybe a dragon would be a little bit too much.
No, I would die. I would be so dead. Sword, like they're heavy. They're like 10, 15 kilos. I'd be like, wait a minute, sir, please.
Hi, I'm Grégoire Vaquez, French content creator and lifelong gamer.
다크앤다크 모바일은 중세 로우 판타지고요. 던전 크롤링이 포함되었고 RPG가 있는 게임이에요. 근데 여기에 액션성이 매우 강조됐기 때문에 이 액션에 재미가 있는 그런 게임입니다.
These worlds lie at the heart of Dark and Darker Mobile. We traveled and spoke with enthusiasts and experts from around the globe to dive deeper into the world of Dark and Darker Mobile and explore why this universe has captivated people for centuries. There's no better place to start than England Medieval Festival in Kingsgrove, Pippingford, England.
My name is Jonathan Geisler, and I'm the event director for England's Medieval Festival. The festival started in 1993, and so we're over 30 years of running the festival. They started as young children, and now they're young adults, or they started as young adults and now they're parents with their own children. But they come back year after year, and we all come together as a big festival family.
Every year, thousands of people visit UK's largest medieval festival. Whether it's trying your luck on the battlefields, watching entertainment shows true to the times, or simply dressing up and role-playing to soak in the atmosphere, everyone finds a way to express their love for the Middle Ages and the fantasy it embodies.
We've come for about 20 years, and then everybody else has been coming for about 15
years. Yeah, we come every year.
And we stay over as well, so we're glamping up in the field and get to be here for the whole time. So.
And some find their way in action.
Yes, my name's Nick Birmingham, and I'm a member of the Free Company of Aquitaine, and we represent the English military archer of the late 14th and early 15th century. When I was a teenager, I just found that I was interested in the Middle Ages. As soon as I left school and I bought my own car on weekends, because I really hated work, so I would just look around for castles. And I jump in my car and I drive sometimes 2 or 3 hours just to visit a castle. Yeah, so I'm wearing the kit of a late 14th century military archer. So everything that I'm wearing is reproduction, but it is as authentic as we can get it. So some of the clothing we will make ourselves. We will find medieval patterns and we will copy those, because that's why we do this, I suppose, is escapism. It's trying to get away from the modern life, just for a few days. So as soon as we turn up and we get dressed in this medieval costume and medieval camp, then we live the medieval life for 3 days. Yeah, I love it. I really do love it, yeah.
From there I met my husband, and we got together, and my granddaughter joins us as well, so it's become a sort of real family thing, yes. My name is Tracy, but I go by the name of Jane's Historical Kitchen. They're not clear, they say take some of this, take some of that, mix it together and mess it forth, which, you know, it doesn't really tell you a lot. So I collect historic recipes, I try them out, and then I write them down in my own little way in my book. There's a lot of the recipes are written down in such a way that and work out how they would have cooked it or how they could have cooked it. And that's what I love, is love that experimental cookery and then feeding people and seeing people's faces when they taste something and they go, I didn't expect that to taste that nice, or yeah, so that's the fun part of it. But we travel all over the country to do this, and just we love it.
The archers were drawn from the peasant classes, so they're not earning a great deal of money and they're not living a very exciting life. And also people didn't really travel much back then, but their lives were quite insular. So to be able to go and travel to a foreign country and earn good money, it drew an awful lot of people to the life of an archer. So I think if I went back to the Middle Ages, that is the life that I would choose. But I would like the ability to earn more money, for sure. I wouldn't like to be a poor peasant. Yeah, that's it, a rich peasant, yeah.
I think compared to our expectations for how day-to-day life is, living in the Middle Ages would be very difficult for us. However, and so I think that's something we kind of tend to forget, that like people are always people and they like to look at beautiful things. They like to tell a joke. They like to have, a good meal and a nice beer at the end of the day. My name is Larissa Grolemund. I'm Associate Curator of Medieval and Renaissance Manuscripts at the Getty Museum here in Los Angeles.
In Vienna, Austria, an archer brings the voice of Dark & Darker Mobile's rancher to life.
Hello, my name is Armin Himmer. Since 44 years I do archery. Since 25 years I teach archery. We are here at Bogensport Austria in Vienna, and it's a nice place because they have upstairs a big shop where you can get everything you need for your traditional archery needs more, but they have compound bows too. And here we have a small shooting range where I give sometimes courses, and they have an archery cinema here where you can shoot some movie scenes. It was when I was 15 years old, a friend of mine took me to his place. In his garden was a target, and I said, what's this target for? And he said, yeah, it's for archery. And he gave me an old vintage compound bow and some arrows and said, here, have fun. And that's where my addiction started. Yes, it's like a virus. It doesn't leave you. It's always there. You need to try, then you know it.
The Middle Ages and its fantastical elements resonate with many people for all different kinds of reasons. For those in this particular place, it's a passion that transcends themselves. We move to Denny, Scotland, to Duncarron Medieval Village.
Okay, yeah, testing. Here we go. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there lived a Korean film crew. And then a zombie apocalypse happened in the middle of filming an interview. How's that? Making movies, yeah. I just did 5 movies back to back, so I'm tired. My name is Stuart Brennan. I'm a BAFTA award-winning actor. I'm a multi-award-winning film producer, a film director, and a film writer. I've worked with many wonderful people, including Oscar winner Martin Scorsese, Golden Globe winner Gareth Wiley, BAFTA winner Stephen Fry, and many other wonderful actors and creators. Games for me were a portal into another world because I was able to read books, but there wasn't much film being made when I was growing up. And so games were the first thing that came along and inspired me and made me go, wow, I can explore a different universe. And I have a love of history, so I loved medieval times, and a lot of these fantasy games are very much medieval based. What's the difference between a fighter and a barbarian? So if you're going to choose a fighter, be prepared, be careful, concise, get ready to kill. If you're going to be a barbarian, smash everything! So Duncarron is a living reproduction of a medieval village and fort. So we have these huge palisade walls that go all around the village. Inside we have 20-30 buildings. We then have things like the battering ram from Robin Hood that Russell Crowe gave us. We have a ginormous trebuchet that was used in the movie Outlaw King that Netflix gave us. Yeah, this is the perfect place for a ranger to live. And we have all sorts of interesting things such as artisans' houses, trading posts, the longhouse, the chieftain's house, the lookout tower, all interesting medieval buildings for you to go and explore. We even have lunch if you're hungry. It's a beautiful place to be. It's the Carron Valley, which is a huge forest with a great big reservoir behind us, rolling hills all around. It's stunning in every weather. It was created by Charlie Allen because he got fed up and tired of schools not teaching Scottish history in Scottish schools. So he said, hey, I'm going to build something to celebrate Scottish heritage, Scottish culture. I'm going to make it so big that people can come and see it and enjoy it and live in it. And that's what he did. He built Duncarron. And, you know, they started 25 years ago. They opened in 2019. And ever since, they've been bringing in thousands of people every year to experience Scottish heritage. In the long hall is where Charlie Allen married his wife. They had a hand fasting ceremony in there. It was a really beautiful moment. It's had so much work and love put into it. It's very special. So we all love this history, and then the more you explore it, the darker it gets. The more terrible things happen, and things that have been missing from history books come alive again. So you're constantly turning back into the medieval times and discovering new, exciting, dangerous things.
What makes a warrior?
Heart, absolutely. Yeah, if you're going to swing a sword, you need to believe that you're going to hit your opponent. Same with shooting an arrow, you have to know you're going to hit your target. That's when you release. It can be anyone. All sizes, shapes, ethnicities, backgrounds, sexes. I think anyone can be a warrior, and that's really exciting.
Be very careful about where you look and where you step in a medieval dungeon or in a medieval castle, really. No stone is left unturned. So I think for people exploring this world, be careful, but also be thorough.
So he needs to have this samurai mind, you know. First you accept death as it will happen one day, and then you just go and do your thing and don't think. I keep going. I think the last thing I will do when my time has come is I shoot an arrow and then I die.
But when you get a chance to dress up, hold the sword, have the cameras, have the director say action, and you get to live it, it's incredible, it's thrilling.
Okay then, in the world of D&DM, what about you as a warrior?
I just poison them. I just feed them and poison them.
I would definitely survive. I'm very good at adapting and finding ways to make things happen because organizing an event is a little bit like a survival game.
First of all will be always a bow, because it's a distance weapon, so if my enemy stands only 15 meters away and have the chance to take my enemy out at 15 or 20 meters, I will do this.
I think I might choose a clerical class. They often have a little bit of a leg up in terms of education or kind of access to knowledge that other characters maybe don't have.
But if I had a really bad day, if things were going terrible, I'd be a necromancer. I'd raise the dead, I'd have a huge army, we'd attack and swarm everyone. Yeah.
Well, Necromancer is not in the game yet. We will see what the devs think.
Yeah, add necromancers.
And I think I would do the same. If I could go back to the 14th century, not only would I be an English archer, but I would be a mercenary archer.
A message to tell, a journey to endure, or simply for the fun of it. We all have our reasons for entering the dungeons. From what we've seen and heard, the secret to a successful adventure lies in the mind, the passion and the energy. And of course, don't forget your sword.